Hello, everybody, and welcome to EDM Talk. I'm Special Chaos, and today's guest is Wolfy. He's an R&B artist based out of Edmonton, Alberta, and he's been making some real waves this last year with songs like Out of the Door in Montreal. I've had the opportunity to talk with him before tonight, and I gotta say, I've really been looking forward to this interview. So, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on, man. Really appreciate that.
So where'd the name Wolfy come from right off the go?
Oh God, here we go. Starts off with that one. I wish it was more glorious or something really cool, but I like this movie Beowulf. It was called with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember Beowulf.
Yeah, it was
based on some what was it? Some graphic novel or something originally. I'm pretty sure. Hey.
Yeah, for sure. And I really liked the movie, and I was at work and everything, and I would tell people I'd conjure extra strength when I would scream out Beowulf. So I go on like a lunatic there and everything, and all of a sudden some Newfie guys got a hold of that, and they're like, they didn't call me Beowulf no more. They're like, Wolfy, and it has nothing to do with Beowulf. It has nothing to do with a wolf. But everyone just assumes that it is about a wolf, so I'm like, whatever. Right?
Yeah, right on. Yeah. So how did you get together with the group that you're singing with, or does it vary from song to song?
Well, actually, what happened was I'm a scaffolder by trade, so I was out in the field, and I'm always singing and going on, having a good time with the boys and stuff, and I ran into some Jamaican boys, and they're like, hey, yo, man, you can actually sing, Yeah. And so they're like, come to the studio, and that's Sniper, and boom, shout out Wisdom Family. And so they were telling me to come down to the studio, so I ended up finally just listening to them, man, and going down and singing with them. And then they're teaching me so much, and no, it's really cool collabing with those guys, because they're really big actually in the reggae scene and dance hall and everything. If you want to check them out, check out Wisdom Family, and there's a bunch of them, and they're really, really talented, and so they got a lot of experience, and it's really good working with them because they teach me a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'd actually noticed there was Cillin Beats and Blasian Beats and Young Taylor. So
yep.
Are those all just different collaborations, different production companies? So what's...
Well, like nowadays, how it works mostly is you just go online, you can buy beats, you can lease beats offline. So, so that's what I'm doing basically. And my producer Boom, he's really busy with so many artists and everything, and he's doing his own beats. But so I just find it easier if I just find my own beats, do my song, and just come into him, and then we work together from there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you'd mentioned to me when we were talking a little bit earlier that you possibly you're applying for some big shows. Are there any big shows that you're aspiring to be in, or?
Oh well, actually, I applied for one. It's a blues festival here in Beaumont. Okay. There's one coming up in the summertime, and it's really big. There's some big names that's been through there, and it's a real cool venue, and I'm trying to get in there. But I'm originally from the Gaspé Coast in the southeast Quebec, and there's some big festivals down that way too, and I've applied for them. Just waiting back to hear from them, and if I get one of them, I'd be blessed. That'd be awesome.
Oh, wicked. Yeah, like I say, I was really impressed when I was listening to your library that you have so far. A lot of R&B sound coming out of you so far, but you say that you're interested in getting into other stuff, or so you'd mentioned to me earlier today.
No, thanks. I appreciate that. And no, for sure. I'm planning on, I do R&B, and I love R&B. I've always been a big fan of that, but I'm a big fan of all the different types of music, and I don't want to just pigeonhole myself and say, I'm just going to stick with that genre when I can actually, my mom raised me on everything from Elvis to Fleetwood Mac, CCR, Percy Sledge, some of the old greats, and then of course Michael Jackson. I can go on forever, who I've been influenced by, right?
Yeah. So, is there anything in the near future coming up for you? Do you have any shows planned right now, or?
No, like I say, I just did. So far, I've did 5 shows in the last year, and been pretty busy with that, and recording the songs that I do have. But right now, I just want to concentrate. My producer Boom wants me to just be in the studio. We're gonna put some songs together, get an LP together, do music launch and everything, like album release. And just I'm going to focus on the music right now. And if there's a show that comes up, of course, we're always applying. We're always looking for something to do. And I was just down in Medicine Hat last a couple weeks ago, and I was with some real good artists, some hip hop artists. You got to check them out, Wes Paul and Young Craze, the boys from down there. And so they invited me down. I went down, did a show, and it was really cool. And I'm just going to take any show that comes my way, actually, if it fits.
Yeah. Are you, so is your, is there a company doing that for you, or are you doing a lot of your own searching for the shows, as it were, kind of thing? Like where do you fit into the whole mix on that?
Yeah, right now it's just kind of, we're doing all the legwork,
Okay.
just small, starting from the bottom, and can't really afford to pay promoters and stuff like that. But although with the, nowadays you can get online and you can do a lot yourself anyways. So we're fortunate that way. Especially
with the talent like your own. Like, you've got a really amazing singing voice. Like, so how long have you been singing for?
Oh man, I've been singing since I was a child.
Yeah.
My mom used to sit around playing guitar in Montreal and with some other guys, and they'd be all just strumming guitars and singing Puff the Magic Dragon. I know I shouldn't even say that song probably, but no. So I've been introduced to music at a young age, and I was just loving it.
Have you ever had any formal training or anything like that?
No. Actually, everything's just just like everyone else. You hear a song on the radio, or you hear a song you really like, and you're like, oh damn. You hear it a couple more times, and you start, I'm singing along, and just. That's pretty well it.
I think you sing along in the car more than most then.
Yeah.
Guessing.
Yeah, I do a lot of singing.
That's
Showers
good.
Mostly.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's good acoustics in that room, no matter what anybody says. But, so you're are you writing all your own music yourself?
Yeah, actually, I write all my own music, but my wife, Natalie, she's a co-writer. She helps me out with everything, and we sit down, we go over it together. She gives me great ideas sometimes, or she'll be like, nah, that's lame. We're not doing that. No, geez, fucking get rid of it. So I'm like, okay, she knows, and she's honest. And you got to trust the people around you and that's helping you out with this. And, I know she's got my best interest in mind, and she tells me straight up. You know how it is with a relationship, right?
Yes.
She's not sugarcoating nothing. She got something to say, she's going to tell you.
Well, it's good, though. We need those. That's why we get married a lot of the time, is for that good voice in our life, right? Yeah. Somebody to keep us on somewhat of a good path.
Yeah. Oh, I could always use that. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about instruments? Do you play anything yourself?
God, I wish. I can't even play the fucking spoons. No, and especially where I'm from on the East Coast, there's so many talented artists, and there's so many people that can play guitar and play every instrument you can think of, and I always wish I would have got into that. Like I say, my mom played guitar, but I never really jumped into that, and just thank God nowadays with the beats and everything, you can just buy online, and you can just go from there.
Yeah. So if you're not obviously a lot of your stuff is made with electronic sound, right?
Yeah.
So are you getting a lot of these samples and stuff from any particular source, or do you have a lot of guys that are working on that post end of it, or are you involved in all aspects of your song creation?
Like I said before, we just buy beats online. You can lease them and stuff like that. So there's millions out there. There's so many talented artists and producers that are really putting in the work, and really, like, even people that's not quote unquote famous, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're actually really talented. And so I just don't have a preference. I just go through them all, and if I hear something I like, that's it.
Oh yeah.
And no, it's been going good.
Right on. Are you somebody who works with the computer programs and stuff as well? Like, are you on that end of it, or you have, like, you pick your beats and then you just go with that beat and put your rhymes on top, or put your music on top of it, or what?
That's it. So you gotta, music is feeling and everything, and you gotta hear something you like, and you gotta go with that. And once I get that, then I just go to my producer at Wisdom Family, and boom, he helps me out. We create it, we work on it together, And from there, we go over to Atrius XO, and he's in Edmonton. He's based out of Edmonton. He's a studio, and he's really talented. Graham there, he usually does all my mix and masters.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he puts the finishing touches on it and really brings it out. And he throws his flair into it too. So, you know, like Montreal, for example, we did Montreal, and he throws in the crowd chant in the hook, and I was like, oh.
There
Nice,
you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we work together with the three of us. We really combine, and we come up with some nice stuff. So.
Awesome. I've noticed that you got videos out for a few of them. A couple of them have, you know, kind of a pretty raw feel to them. So are you bringing in like actual friends and family into some of these videos, or is that just the look that you're going for with them?
Well, it depends, because so far we got like 2 videos out, and well, the one is for you, and we had a guy in Edmonton. He's a hip hop artist as well, no question who. Mm-hmm. And so he filmed for me and everything. He's also an awesome photographer and director. And so he filmed all that for me, and we went that route with the one video. We had actresses come in and everything. It was really cool. Mm-hmm. And then the next one, we just did it, you know, old school. We just went in the studio, and I was singing it, and had the wife again. She's always a good help, and she's there and just filming it, and we just recorded like that. Yeah. Nice grimy feel, like you say, right? Yeah. Just there's nothing there. There's no camera tricks.
All right, on. That must be the one I'm referring to. Sorry. Like I say, we were supposed to do this interview for quite a few months ago, so honestly, I did write up a little bit this a few months back anyway. So anyway, so you remember your first show that you did live? How long ago? How far back are we going there?
We're only going, like, I've only been performing for the last year pretty much, and yeah, I remember well. It was pretty crazy. It was in Edmonton, and it was with Raw, an organization called Raw, and they're awesome. They're helping out talent, you know, up and coming talent, just no-name people, just working your way up. And no, they had a crazy show, but they just don't do music. They do everything. They do arts and crafts. They do like fashion. They had models. Man, it was sick. It was awesome. And so it was just great to be involved with a bunch of talented artists from all different ends, you know, not just music. And
yeah.
No, it was cool that they give me a chance to do that. And
how are your nerves?
Oh man! At first, I was pretty nervous, and I had my glass of water because I was like, my biggest fear is that I get all dry and trying to sing and stuff. And I told my brother just as I was going on stage, I'm like, "Don't know where my water is. Get me a glass. Get me a glass." And he panicked and he ran and he got me a glass. Thank God. And yeah, like second song through, I needed a drink, so we're doing pretty good.
So are you happy with how far you've come in the last year anyway?
For sure, I'm happy. You know, no, it's awesome. But sometimes you know you're pushing so hard and you're trying to get ahead and you're trying to go to the next level, go to the next song, and you kind of forget your little accomplishments along the way. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I want to get my music mainstream. I want to get my music out there. I want people to hear it, and I think it's good, and I stand behind it, and I think they'll like it too. But you know.
So are you guys bringing all your own gear and everything else to these gigs, like your own speakers and this, that, and the other? Or is it just a pretty basic setup for you guys?
It's so easy on my end, man. Like, all I need to bring is a USB.
Jeez, you're laughing, eh?
Right? I just bring that and just here, plug that in, bud. And no, it's awesome that way. Yeah. And a microphone, obviously, is key. And my cousin, Q, he's an artist in Edmonton, too. And no, he always uses good quality mics. And he's like, you know what? That's what you're doing. Let's take it seriously and use good quality. So, no, I always use a good mic.
Yeah, awesome. Besides singing, do you have any other artistic pursuits? Like I see you got quite a few tattoos. Have you designed any of them, or?
Well, I wouldn't say designed because I can't draw a stick man, but no, a lot of thoughts went into a lot of that, and no, I love tattoos. I think it's a great form of self-expression, and you know what I mean. And no, I love tattoos. What was the question? Sorry.
I said, do you have any other artistic pursuits, though?
You lost me on the tattoos. I was like, God, I need some more tattoos. Actually, I need to get some cover-ups.
Yeah, I told my wife I was going to come back with 5 of them after this trip. She's like, no, you're not. Not without me, you're not. Anyway.
No, not really. Artistic wise, this is pretty well it. Music, it's always been pretty big for me in everyday life, and everyone listens to music every day. So,
Do you find a lot of your songs come to you pretty organically, or do you take a lot of time to write some of them?
it has to be. If I could say anything to anyone, don't force it.
Yeah.
If you force it, it's going to come off as fake, if you ask me. And my producers told me that from day one. And just feel it and just go like that way, right? Like I said, I lease beats online, but sometimes I go through like 100, 200 of them before. If I, and not to say they're not good beats. They're good beats, but they're not what I'm feeling, or they're not what I want to work with, right? Mm-hmm. And you got to feel that. And some days I've tried to, I got to work on that song. I better get in there and sing a little bit. And I go in there and I'm not feeling it. I just you might as well stop, because they'll tell. They'll definitely tell when you're on the mic and you're trying to record something and it comes off like forced or just not. It's all about conveying feeling. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I was getting deep there.
Hey, that's fair enough. Whatever. No, it's, honestly, if you're not passionate about music and if you're not deep about music, then, people can, like you say, people feel that. There's no soul to it. They'll know. Right?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
But, yeah, so besides music, what other pursuits do you have? Are you into fitness? Or I seen on some of your pictures that I was looking at when I was researching you that you were out quadding and stuff like that. So what do you do for fun?
Well, all of the above. Actually, I try to work out as much as possible, but I'm just coming back from a little back injury. But the doctor said I'd probably never walk again, but here I am, right? Okay, I'm bullshitting a little bit there, but no, I had a little back injury, so I was out of the gym for a while, and but quadding, yeah, I love doing that. My kids, I got 3 kids, and 2 of them, the older ones, are big into the quadding and dirt biking, and just doing stuff we love. Hunting, I'm big into that. Alberta, that's the spot. You want to hunt, here we are, right? Yeah. So just trying to keep busy, but you know how it is with work and everything else, and now the music, and
yeah, it's tough to balance it all, isn't it?
Keep them busy.
Yeah. So you say that you've got 3 kids and a wife, and so are any of them musically inclined? You say your wife's kind of helped you a little bit with one of your songs. So what's the inclination for the rest of your family?
Well, Natalie, like I say, yeah, she helps me write, and she's always she's very versed in the music, and not so much a singer, God love her, but she knows that. Yeah, she's a great writer, and she's great that way. And of course, the kids seeing us doing that all the time. They're Mannix, my oldest. He's a natural. He can sing. He's singing all the time. Like, he knows every word to every song. Like, I'm like, I wish I could be like you, Mannix. How do you do it? Yeah. And Cage, no, we were just on the drums with Cage the other day, and the first time trying it out, and my buddy that plays instruments, Doug, he's like, no, this kid's got something,
Yeah.
So, and the little baby, man, she's only a year and a little bit, she's running around, singing too. So, no, we got the whole family into that, and the baby loves hearing me sing, and she just stops whatever she's doing and pays attention. So, like I say, music's really a big part of our life.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Yeah, I think my little 2-year-old's going to turn out to be a singer too, actually. Even my son, it's funny, he's got his headset on, and he's listening to a 5-Finger Death Punch or something, and he's just he's dropping this F-bomb, and both of us kind of look over our shoulder because he's sitting in the back seat, and it's whatever, he's singing, let him go. Yeah. he's not doing it to be crass or anything. He's just whatever, singing the lyrics. Got kind of a kick out of it.
That's cool. Little rockers, eh? Nice.
Yeah. Oh,
nice.
Their mom's she's very big metalhead.
Yeah.
The
wife too, man. Yeah. She's taught me a lot in that end.
Oh yeah, I was big into metal all through high school. That was my big thing, and then I started getting into electronic music, and it's been there ever since. So who are your big like I say, so primarily right now what you have released are R&B music. Who are your big R&B go-to artists?
I gotta say Usher, man. I don't think Usher gets enough credit around this bitch, you know what I mean? No, sorry, but no, it's true. There's so many talented R&B artists and everything, right? Mm-hmm. But definitely Usher would play the number 1 role.
Yeah. Anybody else come to mind?
Oh man, there's so many. There's so many. Like right now, Tory Lanez. I don't know if he's under hip hop or R&B. He's doing both. He's killing it. But love Tory Lanez right now. And no, R&B, you gotta give credit to R. Kelly, right? I know he's been up to some shit lately. God damn.
Lately.
I'm scared to even say it, but you gotta give credit where credit's due, and he's an amazing R&B singer.
Yeah.
And there's so many.
Oh, right on. So earlier, again, today, we had a chance to talk a little bit before the show got going. You'd mentioned how, you're kind of a perfectionist and how, like one of your shows, you seem like you were being critical of yourself of even getting 3 words missed, so what kind of prep is going into these shows? Like how many hours are you spending singing these songs over and over and over again?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I've definitely sang them and practiced it a lot. Like you got to, like anything, if you want to prepare, you got to prepare for anything you're doing. And so like I've definitely memorized them. I went over them, and I've even actually did little, I don't know if it's weird or what, but like I'll have music playing in the background and I'll sing the song, and I try to stay on point, so that way if there's someone in the crowd or whatnot, or there's some distraction, that I'm not going to be distracted and get off what I'm doing, right?
Yeah. So do you have like a daily regimen or anything that you just to make sure that you're keeping on point with things, or is it, you schedule time for it, or you just make time when the time's available kind of thing?
Well, every morning at 8:30, I like to stand in the mirror naked, and I rehearse. No, sorry. God, where'd that come from? Tourette's. No,
that's good.
No, but if I'm just. I just make it a point of rehearsing and before the show or whatever. Yeah, definitely. That day I'm really hitting it hard, going over things, and I'm just, you got to practice. You got to be on point.
What would you say to anybody who's coming up in the scene right now? Like, what would you recommend? Like, you got to be close to, well, I don't know, what are you in your late 20s, early 30s?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's say that. No, I'm getting up there in the 30s.
Yeah.
So if I had to say anything to anyone, is don't let anything restrict you. You know, I'm not going to get on preaching here and everything, but you know what I mean? Don't let age restrict you from what you want to do. Or don't let whatever your insecurities, because I'll tell you what, everyone's got insecurities, man. And if you're listening to the haters and you're listening to the negative people with the you're too old to be doing that shit, or you're too this, or I would have thought you sang country, or you know what I mean? Like there's always someone with something, and you just gotta just push for what you're going for and go for it, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, honestly, Wolfy, I think that everything that you've done so far has been excellent. I think that you got good advice for people coming up in the industry, and I think that there's nothing but the ceiling ahead of you. So, don't stop. There's nothing but the sky ahead of you. Sorry, I hope you ain't getting anywhere near the ceiling of your career yet. Terrible way you put it. But no, I hope that you keep going with it, and I hope I'm there when you reach the pinnacle of your success, man.
I appreciate that, brother. And you know what? Like we were saying earlier, it's a little small victory. It says, I'm not famous and I'm not playing on the radio right now, but people I know and care about, their opinions, like what I'm doing. So that's a win for me right now, right? So, all the rest, we'll see where it goes, but at least I'm trying. And I'm not going to be sitting in my bed when I'm 90 saying, damn, I should have tried. They said I had a good voice, So, no, but I appreciate you having me on here. And
do you have anything coming up? And you said you got nothing planned right now for sure?
Well, like I say, we're just applying for shows, and I don't want to say anything right now. We're just looking around.
Fair enough.
Got a couple of options. I'm going to do a couple little shows, little venues and stuff around Alberta. And talking to a couple people, and they want me to go perform, so it's pretty cool. And no, like I say, I'm waiting on a couple big venues. If not, I'm just going to keep plugging away, and I'm going to be trying to get on radio and just on the internet. Check me out. Subscribe to my channel, YouTube channel. It's Wolfy132. And that's another story for another time. Why? What's with the 132?
I trust me. I've tried looking up Wolfy. There's Wolfy 1 through a million on there.
Well, apparently so. I was like, god damn, I'm gonna go with Wolfy. I don't know. Is that a cool name? And then turns out there's a million gamers out there that everyone's Wolfy this, Wolfy that. But you can check me out at Wolfy132 or Wolfy Official on Facebook. And yeah, just stay tuned because we're gonna drop an LP pretty soon. We're gonna have an album launch party in Edmonton. It's gonna be sick, and we're gonna be doing some big things.
Your producer's name again? That's going to be releasing that.
Boom, that's my boy. That's my boy, and running with the Wisdom family, and also Atrius XO. That's the guy doing all my mix and masters. So
Awesome.
yeah, I'm gonna keep working with them. We're doing great things.
Well, this is great, Wolfie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.